What's up, everyone? It's your girl, JRose. Thanks for pulling up to today's episode of the JRose Experience. I had a great time getting to know today's guest. I chatted with speaker Mr. H2O and poet Sebah, and we talked about how our identity impacts how we create and how we conduct business. And we also got a little gangster with haikus during the Off the Top segment, so make sure you stay tuned because we got a great show for you today. Keep growing, guys. Welcome to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose, and I'm here with today's guest. I'm super excited to introduce him to you guys. He's an Atlanta-based speaker / poet, an entrepreneur, a community leader. He's traveled all over the world being a global ambassador for youth empowerment and education. Please give a warm welcome to my first guest, Mr. Julian Smart Rimple, aka Mr. H2O. Yay!
Hey everyone, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you. So I want to get into right away. I read your bio and there was something really interesting in it. It said that you are an alkaline vegan.
Yes.
I know what alkaline is and I know what a vegan is, but what does that mean together?
Oh, that's a good question. Basically, in the simple way to explain it, what I tell all of my friends that want to go vegan or alkaline, it's less acid in your diet or less acidity in your foods. And so a lot of foods that have tons of acid, meat, dairy, eggs, any of the things that we know they sell in the not just supermarket but fast food locations, a lot of it is acidic, it's processed. Mm-hmm. But when you are alkaline vegan, it's more fruits and vegetables, grains, legumes, and even tofu for a lot of people.
Wow. So you also drink, I'm guessing, alkaline water and things
Yes, I follow Dr. Sebi's regimen.
Yes.
So the late and great, rest in power king, Dr. Sebi.
Yes.
I follow spring water or alkaline water. And you can alkaline any type of water that you drink, even if it's from the faucet. You just need lemons, limes, apples. Some people put any fruit in it, cucumbers. You just leave it in overnight, and there you have your own fresh alkaline water.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's so cool. I'm making alkaline water today.
Yeah,
that
not
really
with the
dope.
lemon or lime though. You
no,
can't leave that.
That sounds acidic.
That's
though.
gonna be too acidic.
Okay. I'll do some cucumbers or something.
Yeah.
So I know that you work on a global level.
Yes.
And I wanted to know, what were the things that you did? How were you able to get to a space where you can have a career on a global level?
Well, originally, because my family is from Trinidad and Tobago, and so shout out to all the West Indians.
To the bone.
But I was born in Oakland, California.
Oh,
so
word?
I'm from Pantherville, as we call it, for the Black Panther Nation. But I literally was told from a young age that I was going to be speaking on a global level, and whether it was in speaking in front of youth or speaking in front of people that look like all of us here today, that was spoken into me from a young age. And so progressing, I had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica when I was in elementary school, Trinidad when I was in elementary and also high school. And then eventually in college, I had the opportunity to go to Asia. I was in Seoul, South Korea, teaching English for about a little under 6 months.
What?
And ever since then, I had an urge to travel the globe, going to Africa last year, to Liberia to do mission work. And so really it's all about giving back on a global scale, because it's all about receiving that energy that you put out into the world. You're going to naturally get back.
What was your favorite place that you've been able to travel to?
So far, Costa Rica.
Yeah?
I was an elementary school soccer player, I forgot to mention.
What?
My coach actually owned a resort in Costa Rica, and we had the opportunity to play soccer, travel, and enjoy the beautiful rainforest and beach that we were on. So,
wow, that's a very crazy experience for
yeah.
a young man to have.
Yes, I was 8 or 9 years old.
That's so cool. There's grown people that never even left their block.
Yes, it's a blessing. It's always a blessing.
And how were you able to make this speaking, being a speaker and a poet, how were you able to turn that into a career?
Excellent. Originally, in going into public speaking, I wanted to speak to youth. And so I started off like a lot of public speakers that we hear about, even the Jim Rohns, the Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher. They typically start off to get their chops up in speaking, talking to youth.
Their chops up.
Yeah, get your chops up. You got to get your chops up, whoever is going into public speaking. So I literally practiced in front of youth to get their real live time reactions. Youth are not going to lie to us. They're going to tell you if you suck, if you're terrible. They're going to fall asleep, give you the bird sometimes. So they're really critical on you as a speaker. And so in practicing with youth, I progressed to college students, and then eventually I got into a professional setting and started speaking on the conference trail, talking to young professionals, educators, and most importantly, creatives too.
Now, is this what led you to launching the JRose?
Yes.
Smart JRose. Smart JRose Institute. It's an online, right?
Yes.
Online course. Is it multiple courses? Tell me about it.
Absolutely. It's built around young professionals and also entrepreneurs. That's my two target audiences that I wanted to attract. Professional development is what we really focus on. Startup entrepreneurship, for those who want to get their idea launched from out of their head onto paper and manifest their destiny. And then third is really in teaching people the love of travel and culture. Eventually, I want to turn it into a Smart JRose travel company, because it's different divisions. But the coursework, it goes from professional development for young professionals and entrepreneurs, basically.
Do you use other resources that, you lead them to? Like, what are some of the collaborations you've had to do?
Yeah, so we focus on public speaking. We focus on career and professional development, like career tracking, and also just in pivoting from one career to the next. And then a lot of clients are with social media and public speaking / media training. We trained a lot of media people that are going into that profession, because just like we're talking today, some people are uncomfortable in speaking in public or even speaking online. And so when you are needing to actually have a brand, you have to be confident when you're speaking in front of strangers or people you don't know. Yeah.
No, that's so true. That's actually I think that's, from what I read, it's like the biggest fear in the world is the fear of public speaking. So you mentioned that you work a lot on helping youth empower themselves.
Yes.
Have you noticed that there are any differences in the key elements that young Black men in America need to be successful versus young Black men in other countries?
Yes. Being able to travel from a young age. When I was in Costa Rica, they embraced us because we're of the same skin hue and complexion.
Yeah.
When I went to Korea, of course, they're of a lighter complexion. They called me President Obama. And this was in 2010 when I had the opportunity to go teach. And so this was eye-opening for me, is that they only see what they are able to witness on media. And so youth are going to be treated completely different based off of if you go to Asia versus South or Central America. But when I went to Africa, the youth over there, they're really just trying to get into education. Education is huge in Africa, just like in Asia. So the youth are having to work their butts off, almost slaves, to get into the best institutions or to even come over to the U.S. So education is completely different overseas than here in the U.S. The Black youth are mostly building their legacy for their family. They're not building it like here in the U.S. for their own gain or for just blowing up their own business. It's about the family. How are you going to get economic means to give back to your family and to build up your family?
Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of goes with the individualistic mindset of the American way.
Yes.
It's all about me.
You're right.
I have a fun question for you.
Okay.
You like fun questions?
Yes, always.
I like fun questions too. So if you were stuck on a deserted island for 1 year, and you could only have 3 items in your backpack, what would you have?
Well, I am a fellow believer, and I don't call myself a Christian, but actually like a believer and also a son of God, a son of Christ. I would have to have my Bible. I read a lot when it comes to proverbs and scriptures on a daily basis. That's just my medication or my morning jewels.
Yeah.
I would also have, I'd probably say, I have to have music. I love music.
Yeah.
I've been raised in hip hop here down south and also West Coast, best coast, as I like to say. So I gotta have something I can play music off, whether it's an MP3 or a telephone or a phone, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And then third, that's a difficult one. I gotta eat. So I'll probably have some type of food that I can take the seeds off of and then put back in the ground and actually grow again. So it would have to be some type of fruit or vegetable that I can eat and then take the seeds
and plant
and replant.
He's smart. Oh, that's great. I don't know what I would bring with me. I'd probably definitely something with music.
Okay.
Music, maybe a picture of my family. I'll be nice. Some shoes, yes. A nice pair of some sexy shoes so that I can feel sexy by myself in this deserted island.
Okay.
And speaking of shoes, because I love shoes, those of you that know me really well know that I love shoes. I'm wondering, like, what are your favorite kind of shoes to wear when you're like performing or speaking?
So, because I'm from Cali, I have to give a shameless plug to Chucky. Chucky T is what I call it. I don't know if that's what the name is, but Converse. I love Chuck Taylors.
Chuck Taylors.
Definitely got to rock the Chucks, the lows or the mids. I don't wear
highs. Damn, he's got like...
yes. Got to wear the red, the black, or the blues. It's very popular with me.
I like
but
that.
Mostly red. That's my favorite color.
Okay, some red Chucks to go speak and perform.
Yes.
I'm with it. I'm here for it. So I know you recently started doing your poetry thing.
Yes.
So you wanna take some time and like show us what you got?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes. All right. So we'll be right back with a performance from Mr. H2O.
These are the days. These are the days that we've been waiting for. Traveling down the side of the bayou, we step into the streets of rage, whether you are Ken or Ryu, whether you are Blaze, we step into the streets of rage. Where are you going to be this time next year? You travel down this pathway filled with tears, mothers crying, babies dying, politicians lying. What is the outcome of today's 2020? This is the vision. Where are you going? Where are we sowing? It is time to reap what you sow. It is time to reap where you go and pray to the Almighty. Streets of rage. These are the days. These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days. These are the days, we are the ones. Stay hydrated.
Whether it's tax season, the holidays, or whatever falls in between, you want to make sure that you're being smart with your money. So go visit my girl, Queen Candace, at the Queen Blueprint to learn how to gain your financial freedom. You could get a personalized debt payoff plan, a full financial overview, and learn to repair your relationship with money. Smarter money moves are waiting for you at www.thequeenblueprint.com or call 877-387-BLUE. Use code JRose20 for 20% off of all our financial services. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose. I'm here with my next guest. I'm super excited to introduce you to her. She's a Georgia State University student that started writing at the age of 7. She's also breaking barriers by winning a beauty pageant called the Black and Gold Pageant, and she was the first hijab-wearing contestant to win. So please give a warm welcome to my guest, Sebah. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about
You
yourself?
look beautiful.
You look beautiful too, girl.
I had to tell her that. Okay, let's dig right into it. You started writing at the age of 7 years old, which is super interesting because that's a very young age to be writing. So how did you find your way to the pen? How did you know that was an outlet for yourself? And what are the things you wrote about at 7 years old?
It's funny because I didn't realize I always had like a little tiny passion for music, but I knew I didn't want to be like a singer. So I would always just try to write little rhymes and try to figure out how to sing. I'd be like, how do these people remember how to like sing the notes and stuff? And I eventually found my way into poetry, and I would always get like a stack of like printer paper, and I would like poke holes in it and try to pretend like it was a novel that I was writing.
Oh my God.
It's so interesting because like I didn't know what I was doing would lead me to like my passion, but those were just like little hints that.
That is so cute. How did your family feel about? Did they know that you were like writing, or was this like a secret thing?
They knew I was writing, but they didn't really like notice it enough to be like, oh, this may be something that like she can really turn into like her future and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you also went on to find a passion in film. How were you able to? How did you find this passion for film, and what made you decide that this was like a career for you?
Growing up, middle school, around that time, I started realizing that cinema was a really good outlet for me. I noticed that like the things that I see in my mind, like these directors are putting that on screen and allowing their audience to create memories and just real in touch moments.
Yeah.
And I really, really connected with that, and I wanted to be able to create that same exact thing, but from my perspective, because also growing up I didn't see people that looked like me on screen,
right?
And if I did, they were light skinned, and I was like, I don't see from that perspective. And you know, also me being Muslim, I don't see a lot of Muslim women in the film industry as well, so I was like, this is definitely something that I got to tap into.
Oh, so you over here to like start some trends and continue breaking those barriers.
Starting good trouble.
I love that. Do you treat your passions differently? Like, you know how parents, you know, they treat their children they love them differently. Do you treat your passions differently?
I think I do.
Okay.
I don't know if I've noticed like a major difference, but for writing it feels more subtle. Like it feels way more natural. Because that was like my first passion that I really got into. As for film, I love it. I really do. But it definitely is kind of like a partnership with my writing. Yeah. Like I can't do film without writing it out and being able to process everything through my mind. So. Yeah.
So writing is like the main
writing is
constant.
The number one for me. That will always be there forever.
And film is like the add-on.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Sure. Have you produced anything yet?
I've worked on small projects.
Okay. Like what? Like filming movies and stuff? Or?
There was a campus movie fest. I think they do that annually. They definitely do it at Georgia State, and I definitely entered for one of the competitions. I was one of the editors for
cool.
This little scenario we made. Yeah, it was like these like YouTuber couples or whatever, just kind of like what it looks like behind the screen.
Okay.
And, yeah, we didn't win, but I believed in that project 110%.
That's
so I didn't even care that we didn't
so
win.
You're still a winner.
Like, you're still a winner in my heart, and that's all that matters.
I love. You see, it's okay. You put your all into it. You're still a winner. Ooh, I would love to see that, but later behind the scenes.
I got that on my laptop.
All right. So what was your experience like when you were in this beauty pageant? Because being a hijab wearing woman, I'm sure you already deal with enough stuff just on the outside world, how people may treat you. But what was it like being in a beauty contest with other women that, you know, may have, was it like funky? Like, what was that like?
It was hard.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to cap. It was extremely hard for me, and it wasn't necessarily getting along with the other girls because they were amazing. I was blessed to have like super dope girls to really connect to, and you know, they were there to support me, and we honestly helped each other. So I was really blessed in that aspect with my experience, but it really was a lot of mental barriers that I had built for myself because, you know, growing up as like a Muslim woman in a westernized, you know, world, well, at least this side of the hemisphere. Yeah. You know, a lot of things that they put on media, like they don't, what's the word for it? Appreciate the beauty of like, I don't know, Muslim women.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
It wasn't there. So I didn't realize that lack of confidence wasn't there for myself. So I had to be able to build that and be able to create a foundation regardless of whether people know about me or not, and being able to be that representing factor. So it was definitely tough on my mental, but it was absolutely worth it, and I would go through it a million times again.
So you were your biggest challenge.
Yeah.
You were in your own way.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of you out there that I know.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's really important that, you know, as women, we really put ourselves in, you know, really important situations to kind of uphold ourselves, and also being there for each other. And the experience was honestly like one of the best things I've ever been through, and I'm so happy that I got the girls that I was with, because I've heard of crazy stories in other pageants.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just
so when you heard your name be called as like one of the winners, describe it in like one word.
I felt so shaky.
Shaky.
Like my heart dropped, because you're on stage. There's a bajillion eyes looking at you. You got these heavy lights. You're already on stage. You're in an evening gown. You know your feet are hurting. You're running off for 2 hours of sleep, and you know you haven't eaten anything. Very similar like a day being on set. You know what I mean? Like
I know
it looks great on the front, but then like on the inside, it's just like I really, really, really hope everything I put into this really gives me what I've worked for and gives it back. And luckily it did. Like my heart dropped. I was so nervous, but I was so happy that it paid off.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You definitely deserve it, because you are absolutely stunning. Like you see her on your screen, you have no idea. Like in person, you are just stunning. You're welcome. So I have a fun question for you. Okay. So if you discover the technology to teleport, right? Where would the first place you go be?
Oh, where would I go? Teleporting? I feel like if 2020 hasn't happened, it would be so much easier to answer that question.
All right.
But it's like
Pre-2020.
Pre-2020. If I could transport, I would transport to the White House and make sure the jar of mayonnaise that's there right now wouldn't be there, because, you know,
wow,
you deserve better. I'm thinking global, global.
So you teleport to like just change the world on some next level shit. I love it. Well, you heard it here. Watch out. Make sure that when she discovers how to teleport, that you better watch out, Mr. White House. Anyway, so, you know, I love shoes and I talk about shoes all the time. I want to know, what are your favorite shoes to wear when you perform?
Oh, when I perform?
Yeah, like, do you have like special performance shoes, or is it like your outfit?
It really depends on my outfit. I've performed in heels and I performed in sneakers. I don't know.
Which is more? Either or?
I like a good chunky heel.
A good chunky heel.
Yeah.
I like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not afraid to like bust your ass on stage.
Oh,
you
no.
know?
Beyonce can do it. I can do it. That's what I tell myself. That's what I try to tell myself. She can do it. Kill it on stage. I can do spoken word and some heels.
I love it. So I want to kind of go back to, you know, your culture and you wearing your hijab. How has that been out here in Atlanta? Because in New York, it's a little bit like it's really versatile in New York. Mm-hmm. So seeing women wearing hijab is like not really like anything weird out there. Mm-hmm. But like in Atlanta, is it something that's like, do people be like, what is she wearing? Like, who is, you know?
They not really confused as to like, be like, oh, what is she wearing? But I feel like they just don't know like the meaning behind it, as a lot of people, and that's okay, because, you know, there's a lot of things that I don't know about other people's cultures and beliefs and so forth. But there's been good representation here in Atlanta. If I go outside, I'll definitely see fellow hijabis, you know, repping it, looking cute.
Yeah, because you know, you're killing it.
Thank you.
I love it. So I can't wait to hear some of your poetry. Do you have something for us today?
Yes, I do. I got a little something.
She's got a little something. All right, so stay tuned, guys. We're gonna be back with a dope performance from Sebah.
Why do they keep killing us off? It seems kind of crazy how these numbers are off. You want to know why they shoot us dead? Only the living can really tell you what the killer said. They got us outraged from the evil doings. Yet we sit back and ask, why aren't we doing? Too busy, too consumed with me, me, me. Till you're the next person hit and think, oh shit, me. They say Wakanda forever is the cure to it all. Yet make us think Africa is the worst of them all. Somehow the beginning of black history is slave history. Damn, hold on, I'm starting to get dizzy. I'm starting to get lost in all these MLK boulevards, yet when I run to my own backyard, it hunts for me, hunting lead, gas for air, yet there's jealousy. This is an excerpt of my poem, Black Revolution, and you can find it on my business page, Abdi Productions, on Instagram.
From the brand that redefines the chivalrous style of today's gents comes their exclusive Key to the City collection. I'm super hyped about this collection because no matter where we go with the JRose Experience, no matter what city we're in, I'm gonna be able to rep for New York and people gonna know where I'm from. Hit up Gent and Scholar to rep for your city, including keys to Atlanta, Chicago, DC, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, Philly, St. Louis, and of course, New York. So head over to gentandscholarcode.com and use the discount code JRose10 for 10% off your purchase of $50 or more. Keep growing. Welcome back. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose, and I'm here with both my guests, Mr. H2O and Sebah, and we're going to have a group discussion, and I'm really excited. Welcome back, guys.
Yes.
All right, so today's topic, we're going to get serious today, okay? We had fun earlier, but we're going to get real serious today. I want to talk about our identity and how it impacts how we create, how we conduct business, and all of that. So I want to start off with asking, what does knowledge of self mean to you?
For me, knowledge of self is constantly evolving. I feel like I know myself and what my basic morals are, but as for like my evolution of self, I feel like that changes consistently. So if anything, I would say my self-knowledge is always increasing. I don't think it's ever like at a set motion or like a set place, but that's kind of like, I don't know, for me.
Yeah.
It could be different for others.
Of course. How about you?
I would say on the same level. I meditate, not as much as I should, but being on a higher frequency, I think is what we both are in agreement of. Like, you can tell people that are operating at a higher level of energy, higher level of frequency and consciousness, based off of just when you feel their energy when you come into an environment with them. And so knowing more of who you are, you step into the scene. You can't teach confidence. I feel that you are born with confidence. And so you really have more identity based off of who you are as a person.
Yeah, no, I agree with both of you. For me, it's also more, for me, knowledge of self is like knowing, a big part of it is knowing boundaries, like my boundaries, and like not allowing people to cross those boundaries, and just knowing myself in that way. Some people don't really know so much about themselves and they don't understand why they do the things that they do. But me knowing myself, even when I'm doing something that's making a mistake or doing something that may not be like the greatest thing, I know myself, you know, and I know what I'm going to tolerate and what I'm not.
Right.
I feel like self-discipline definitely adds into that idea of like knowledge.
Yes.
Because, you know, when you have more discipline for yourself, you create boundaries, like you said. You know what to get yourself into and what not to get into.
Yeah, it's true. Have either of you ever had to stifle your identity so that your work can be acknowledged?
I could take that. I'd probably say in the workplace, I'm sure all of us can agree with that based off of who your employer is, they may not allow you to really show your full culture, even possibly wear certain clothing styles, whether it's hair. I know y'all are both queens, and so in different work environments, you can't express yourself as much as you would if you're out on the street. Yeah. And so, especially as me being a black male, I've had to conform a lot of times, especially working with mostly white women in the nonprofit space. it's definitely a clash of different cultures, and also in how you express yourself and communicate in the workplace.
Yeah.
It can be sometimes very controversial.
Yeah. Well, how about you? Because it's not much that you can't hide hijab.
Right.
Ain't much I can hide.
So I mean, you can't, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, I've definitely put myself in that situation. I felt like I kind of needed to like lower myself or lower my vibrancy just to accommodate, so I could have an opportunity to get into a space.
Yeah.
But I came to like learn, as you know, most people do, like I don't have to lower myself in order to create a space or to be accepted. I have to be able to, you know, love myself wholly and fully and just go in, and if they take me, you know, they take me.
Right.
I do have a good example though of like a time where I, you know, put myself in that situation. One of my jobs, I'm not gonna say which one it was, but you know, when I was getting hired, one of the managers, I think he had like a miscommunication. And he thought that this was gonna come off the day that I came in for my first day.
Oh.
And he was like, so, you know, like I was hiring you, you told me that, you know, you were gonna, you know, wear your hair down. And I said, no, you misheard me on that one. I said I was gonna come with it on.
Right.
I said I had a black one. If you don't want me to keep a
Yeah.
uniformity in color.
Yeah.
But other than that, sorry to break it to you. And so he was kind of like stifled, like he didn't know how to move.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to not hire me, or do we want to continue moving forward? But in my mind, I was like, why do I even want to continue moving forward with this company?
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt like I needed some place that, you know, acknowledged me and accepted
Who
me.
you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope he didn't say take that off, because girl,
that's
you
right.
would have been like, lawyer.
No, for real.
What advice do you give young people today, well, younger than you guys, because they younger than me. What advice do you give the youth for them to be able to find themselves or find their self-awareness?
I've been blessed in working in mostly youth development my whole adult career. And even when I was in high school playing athletics, the youth are always very much so looking at us. We don't realize, especially for those who aren't parents just yet, how much the youth soak up even from just being around us on a regular basis, not even just in a classroom, in a sports setting. And so they are looking to find their voice. Youth voice is what I always profess as being an educator and even a facilitator, a speaker, that we all have a voice. We all have a jewel that needs to be shared with the world.
Yeah.
Hence Smart Jewels, the name of our company. But we wanted to make sure if you are a king or a queen that you speak, because there's life in when you speak into other situations. There's so many people that are dying here silent nowadays, especially we all see on the media. Every single month there's a terrible traumatic situation that someone who didn't find how to release that energy or how to express themselves, they feel that the walls are closing in and they can't speak because they haven't been shown or possibly understanding how they can use their voice for empowerment. And so we all have a light within us, but we have to spread it around in order for others to feel
Absolutely.
that light.
Absolutely. What's your advice? Your gem.
I have a younger sister, so she's 5 years younger, and I love her to death. She's like my other half, and I always tell her, just don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to go outside the box. We have some social constructs that we subliminally go by and live by. We don't realize, you know, you got to do this by this age and get to this place at this age.
Yes.
Have this many accomplishments. And it's like, who set all these standards? Who said that you had to be accomplished by 20? Like 20, you're just figuring out like what you want or like where you're trying to go. Like there's no age limit to success. It's really like do what your passion is. And if that brings you money, that's great. But you know what I mean? Like I always tell her, don't chase money because money is monetary. gives you
Yeah.
things that are temporary. You want to create love and happiness and like real life connections with people and the surroundings and create like a proper energy base with
Yes.
yourself so you can radiate that to other people.
Absolutely.
'Cause, you
These
know-
poets over here just dropping knowledge.
I was blessed to, be able to have other experiences that made me come to that realization so I could share that with her and other people that I come across.
Love it. Absolutely. What's the most empowering aspect of your identity?
I would say my hijab.
Yes.
It's definitely my
Absolutely.
staple. It's me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say along with that, our culture.
Yeah.
My family's from Trinidad and Tobago. I wasn't born there. I was born in Cali. But still, even people that don't even know what my heritage is, they can say like, "Oh, you're Trini? Oh, I can see that."
Yeah.
Or I can see that you're cultured because you don't operate like a regular like African American here in
Like
the US.
American people, yeah.
You're not Americanized.
You can
is
tell
what they
you're-
say.
Yeah. You got like that whole West Indian
Yeah.
energy. I fucks with some soca
Yes,
all day.
yes, all day, every day.
Oh my gosh. That was great. Are y'all ready to play a game?
Let's go. Let's get
Play a
it.
game, yes. All right, so it's time for Off the Top,
Okay.
which is our segment, our game segment where we pick a random game and we play it and just have some fun.
Let's
Y'all
go.
ready?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. They gonna pick. Yes, ladies. Let's have the lady.
The
The queen pick this out. All right, girl. I shuffled them a little bit after
Okay.
we spoke. So,
Ooh, okay, God bless. Here we go.
what you got? What you
Haiku.
got? Oh, haiku.
Okay, let's get it.
I'm glad we talked about the details. All right, so we're gonna write a haiku.
Okay.
We're gonna pick topics. We're gonna pick some topics, and we're gonna write a haiku about it. We'll be right back. Hold on, I need the cards. From the artist that brought you the debut solo album Gemini comes a new EP. Jay Bada presents his sophomore solo project titled Indian Summer: The Prologue. Written and produced during one of the most unique and impactful years of our existence, 2020. Check out this EP full of good intentions, positive lyrics, and a unique flow. Listen from your favorite streaming platform today. For more music from Jay Bada, follow him on IG at JBadaMusic. Welcome back. We're gonna pick our topic for our haiku so that we can get to writing.
Yes,
You ready?
Yes.
All right. So what are we gonna write about today? Well, you can pick.
Oh, okay.
Yes. What are we writing about?
Time travel.
Oh,
Yeah. That is so crazy.
that's funny. You can use your machine.
I got
All right, so we're gonna write a haiku about time travel. Okay,
Let's go.
5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, 3 lines. You ready? Let's
go.
get to writing,
Let's
guys.
get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Here you go. Here you go. Ugh. Don't get old, guys, because these joints right now. All right.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Jesus. I haven't written in a while. This is interesting. Why did I put this game in here? Okay. I feel like mine is depressing. All right, what you got?
Oh, me? Okay. So I have back to Egypt we go. We see Pharaoh on his throne. The jewels of the unknown.
wow. Oh,
What's yours? What's
You
yours?
might sound so good.
She got Meg Thee Stallion on hers.
Okay. I gave it a name. It's called Orange.
Oh, she titled
you know
it.
why though? I'm in the White House. New president now.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Woo! Damn, she got real rough. All right. I got like sad and like depressive. All right. Yesterday we love. Today we fight like dogs. Can we go back, please?
Okay.
That's
okay.
it. Mine was sad.
Yeah, you're sappy.
Yours was like.
We got Egypt. We got...
All right. This is what happens when you get poets together. Okay?
Yeah, a little bit of
We got this like prophetic guy. This one's just ready to bust shots. And I'm in here fighting for love. Story of my life.
I love it.
That was awesome, guys. I have one last question. It's a question that I ask at the end of every episode. I have this belief that creative people are superhumans. I feel like we are like mutants. So I want to know, what is your superpower?
Oh, girl, you thought I was going to get it off the top of my head. That's a really good question.
I'm trying.
What is my superpower?
I would probably say, just as we mentioned before, speaking light. That's something I don't take for granted, because a lot of people, they may not know how to speak life or light into others, and so it could save someone's life. I've seen it save kids' lives that were about to end their lives off of something trivial. It's definitely saved family members' lives that were going through dark periods, but speaking light, that would be my personal superpower to me, is saving lives almost.
Yes.
Okay, I got mine. I think mine would be compassion. I'm able to like really dive into my mind and put myself in other people's shoes. Of course, I would never really understand until I go through that experience, but I'm very lucky to understand and have compassion, because it allows me to write in other people's perspectives, and and being able to write for people who may not be able to have that outlet themselves, but when they read it or when they hear it, they're like, yes, that's me. The one, that's me.
Oh,
I love it.
I love it. Compassion and speaking light. Those are some amazing superpowers to have. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I'm so happy to have met you guys out here. We're in ATL. Please tell the audience where they can find you or follow you, Sebah.
You can find me on Instagram. It's yay_Sebah. It's like that for all my other social media. YAY_SEBAH.
Cool.
And you could find me at Kings, KINGS, Speak, SPEAK 2012 on IG. And our business page is Smart JRose, JEWELZ page. And then on Facebook at Julian Smart Rimple, RIMPLE.
There you have it. And you guys can follow us, of course, on the gram at JRose Experience. You can catch all our episodes on the Rose Garden Events Facebook page and YouTube channel. Yes, we are on Facebook and YouTube. What? Okay. And if you want to follow me as your host, I'm My Crumble Thoughts. But you guys already know that. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Keep growing. Peace.